our our mindset have a chance to really be transformed. And this is a new season. And so because this is a new season in our lives and we get to do things a little differently, then that's an opportunity, I feel like, for us to heal old mindsets, things that we believed in, things that we thought were relevant, values that we had. Hey, Collier. So I saw her wave, so I had to wave back. So, that's the opportunity that we've been given. And I know that we're a little annoyed, maybe a little bit stressed, maybe a little bit, I don't really know what's going on. But even in that, if we take those quiet moments to get our thoughts together, we may figure out that we need to release some things that no longer serve us. We've looked at those hurts and those heartbreaks, and so many times we may have framed it as, oh, well, they didn't want a good woman, or they didn't want to do X, Y, and Z, and it was they. And yeah, they did something, okay, the relationship shifted. Yeah, maybe they weren't supposed to be the person that you walked down the aisle with, but yet and still you were in that relationship. And so now you have a chance to go back and say, okay, well, this is what happened. This is what they did. Here's the role that I played in that. And now I can reframe the narrative because I don't have to be a victim. I can be a victor. People will do things to us in this life. That's just the truth. We will be hurt. We will be heartbroken. It's what we do with that and how we acknowledge what was done to us and the role we played in what was done to us that really determines if we can heal that. The hurts and the heartbreaks really, get into what they did. But the wounds really are about kind of what was left behind. I mean, they almost go together, but not quite, because we have woundings that we haven't dealt with that are not relational, right? They're not about who we were with or the breakup or whatever. They're about those moments in our lives when we experience some semblance of trauma. And I want to be really clear, about what trauma is, because people talk about trauma a lot. It's a buzzword, right? Trauma. And we have a tendency to think if you were abused, if you were raped, if death happened, it has to be something major to be traumatic. And I'm like, that's not the truth. We've got to be more mindful of our health in general, and like we're talking about here. It's not just about being physically fit, but being mentally fit.
Yeah.
Recognizing that if we're afraid, why are we afraid? That's a huge trigger right now. So what is it that we need to be doing so we can come to this thing with our best mindset? What do we need to do? Do you need to get grounded? What rituals do you need to cultivate in your life so that you can stay grounded, that you can approach this thing as your best self? One of the decisions I had to make early on was I'll be aware and alert, but not afraid. For me, it's always about healing our minds, body, soul, and money, because our heart is where abundance, love and money and abundance, that's where it flows from. And so, if people were, taxed around money, if their fear, so to speak, was revealing that, I am not financially prepared to be out of work. I'm not financially prepared to go get 2 weeks of groceries. I'm not financially prepared to, get furloughed or whatever the case may be. This is an opportunity. When I talk about checking our money mentality, I'm really talking about checking our hearts. I'm really talking about the health of our hearts. And if we've allowed lack consciousness, lack thinking, impoverished thinking, to kind of penetrate that space, because I hate to be the one to say it, people that are hoarding things, that's lack mentality.